Okay, so this video I'm creating just to kind of help people connect to SOAP XML APIs using Node.js and JavaScript. It's something I kind of struggled with and had a hard time understanding it coming from RESTful APIs and JSON using, HTTP protocol. It seemed to it's just so much easier. So I figured I'd find a quick and simple SOAP XML API we can connect to. This just converts Fahrenheit to Celsius and Celsius to Fahrenheit. We have like the WSDO file here. We'll get more into that later and how to kind of look at this and stuff. Really, not going to look at it too much. We're going to use a tool that's going to help us break this down. And then just pretty much kind of create over here this simple, quick application. We're going to take in just some numbers here, get the temperature, and it's going to convert it to Celsius. As we're writing this simple application here, what we're going to do is make this in a way where we can reuse this over and over again with all kinds of different SOAP XML APIs. Another thing we're going to do is break this down into a modular format. This will allow us to execute it in just a few lines rather than having the XML sitting all over our application, junking it up. Okay, so right here I've got essentially a glossary pulled up of what we're going to be doing in the next few videos. We're going to start off by just discussing, what is a SOAP API. Then we're going to move on to just installing the tools right away and putting in the dependencies. And then we'll go ahead and set up the HTML and style the page. Then we're going to use SOAP UI to display the WSDL info. That's that thing I was talking about earlier where we're not going to quite go into the WSDL file. We'll dip our toes in just a tad, but essentially we're going to use SOAP UI to break it down for us. Then we're going to put in the request into Postman, just so we have experience in both of these tools, because Postman's very popular. And then we have a functionality in Postman that can generate code for us. We're going to take a look at that and see how that can help us. And then we're going to go ahead and design that function we were talking about, where it will break down our code in just a few lines for us. So every time we execute just those few lines, it will make that entire large call for us. Then we're actually going to make that API call on the back end and push the data to the front using a templating engine called EJS. And that's essentially it. Once we're done with that, you've created yourself a SOAP XML